72 virgin, rape orgy heaven, madness, inspired, suicide bomber zombie. It's easy to tell you're going straight to hell. Islamic panic terrorists. You need heart, mind, faith transplants and some serious psychosexual therapists. God don't force anybody to follow him through suicide bombing, mass murder of God's children. God don't force anybody. God is pure essence life, pure. That's God. It doesn't kill other parts of itself. Okay? All that is pure and good in this world is what heaven is. No mad fucking murderers and bombings and beheadings. What sort of God forces his children to follow him through fear? Only Satan, the devil, spreads darkness, fear, lies. That's what it is, darkness, fear and lies. Only the devil does that. Muhammad was a representative of Satan. He is actually the Pied Piper, because all we follow is sick motives and dreams, and his life and his whole life, disgusting, depraved life. All who follow that are just as disease as is. So they go to hell for eternal pain purification. God doesn't force and terrorize his children into following him and loving him, because you could never love a God that forces you to do that. It's impossible for a human being, for any being, to love a God that terrorizes him and forces her into following him and supporting him in his name. No, I don't think so. No, God does not do that. God manifested in the physical, Jesus Christ, didn't force anybody to follow him, didn't kill nobody, didn't have no 13 wives and 30 odd concubines, sex slaves, which is what Muhammad had. What sort of a God example is that? Terrorizing people and converting them through force and murder and rape and paedophilia. His last taken wife was a girl at 6 years of age when he was 53. Muhammad's last taken wife was Aisha, age just 6. He started courting her when she was 6. He was 53. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that sound like God to you? Does that sound like a God representative to you? Because he sure as heaven and hell don't to me. And if you think it is to you, you got some serious shit coming. Because hell, that's where you're going when the tide owner's death comes in to collect your fake ass, fear-filled life. Through force and fear, you follow somebody who is a representative of the devil, the Pied Piper. That's what Muhammad was. That's the only reason God allowed him to live the depraved life that he was. So all those others with depraved lives and depraved motives and all that, they would follow him and go to hell. That's like a sieve. Like a sieve. That's what it is. A sieve. Muhammad was a sieve. He was used as a sieve. Because all evil motive people who want 72 virgins in a so-called heaven, what? All that is pure is heaven. Nobody's raping no virgins in heaven. Sex don't exist in heaven. We all live forever in pure reality. Pure reality. Eternal love-like fusion. And Jesus Christ is the gatekeeper for that. If you don't love Jesus with all your heart, you ain't getting in. It's as simple as that. And I'm not religious. Jesus wasn't. He just lived his life as the truth. God manifesting the physical. The Son, the Holy, the manifest of God in the physical realm was Jesus Christ. Just look at his life example. It's pure. And he said, Jesus said to everybody, there'll be false prophets who come after him. Come after him, after his life. There'll be false prophets, and you'll know them by their fruits. And what's the extremist Muslims' fruits? Murder, pain, fear, terrorization, rape, paedophilia, marrying children, grown men marrying children of 6 and 11 years of age and raping them and killing them. Through that sometimes. It happens. You won't see it on the BBC or the ITV and all that stuff, because they bow down to it, the fear and the terrorization. God don't force anybody to follow him. He doesn't. I'm passionate. I'm not forcing you to listen to me. You can turn off this video anytime you want. I'm passionate about the truth. And Muhammad was the Pied Piper. That's the only good that come out of his life. He sieves the evil-hearted and the evil motive, the lustful, sick paedophiles and rapists into following his diseased tune straight to hell. And that's a fact. You keep following that depraved tune, you're going straight to hell. When the tide owner's death comes in to collect you, that's where you're going. Eternal regret. Burning in eternal regret. Because you was warned, you was told, you knew what was right and wrong, truly. Everybody does. But you still chose to follow that diseased tune to justify your sickness and your evil and your lust and your greed. Muhammad was also a slave trader, a slave master. Yeah? Does that sound like a representative of God to you? Because if it does, you're seriously something wrong with you. Trust me on this. Wake up. Before it's too late for you. Because you never know when the tide on his death's going to collect you. And if you're hot in with the truth, then, well, there you go. You ain't getting in. If you want 72 virgins, you ain't getting in. 72 virgin, rape orgy, heaven inspired, suicide bomber, zombie. It's easy to tell you're going straight to hell. Islamic panic terrorists. You need heart, mind, faith transplants and some serious psychosexual therapists. Sometimes in rhymes, religions are gangs too. The truth lives nearly only within you. In fact, it lives only within you. And Jesus will inspire it with you. He'll inspire you to follow him 100%, travelling within, making it home to heaven. Eternal love like fusion. And when you've been there, well, there you go. When you've been there, you're an avenue, you're a channel for the truth. Because heaven will exist on earth. Not through force, but through sieving. Not through terror, but through love. Love God. And love all his creations. But don't love the hypocrites, the pure life hypocrite, God hypocrites, and their actions. Don't love that. Speak the truth over it and to it. And hopefully these people will open their eyes and realise they've been following Muhammad, the Pied Piper, Satan's representative, the sieve. They've been forced to following him through fear and terrorization and lust as well. Because sadly, you know, that's what the majority of them do it for, the men. The women are forced into it, let's face it, you know. They are. But from an early age, the brain fucked with that shit. Early age. So they grew up brain fucked with bullshit, with lies. That Muhammad was the perfect man. 33 sex slaves, 13 wives, 53 years of age, taking a wife at 6 years of age. You recalled his favourite wife, by the way, Aisha. Does that sound like a God representative, God, pure life essence, pure representative to you? Do you think orgies go on in heaven? Man, if you do, then you're fucked. You're fucking yourself. You're fucking yourself up by following that bullshit. Because that don't happen in heaven. All that is pure and good and harmless in this world lives in heaven. And more so, there's even more things. More pureness, more colour, more love, more light fusion, your perfect true self in God's image. The best you look down here is the best you look there, by the way. And the best you feel down here is the best you feel there, but more so. Eternal love, light fusion. It's impossible to know how to accept that level of peace and bliss and joy. But when you're there, you've got the perfect body, the perfect heart, soul, and you'll just appreciate it so much. You will. But the only way in is through Jesus. 100% in your heart and mind, loving Jesus. And remember, Jesus didn't force anybody to follow him. He just waits for people to recognize the truth within themselves and what's going on in this world, this physical dimension, and then turn to him when they need him. Because he'll come and cleanse you when you ask him to. When you truly ask him to. When you've had enough of the pain and the shit in this world, you cry out to Jesus from your heart and mind, and he'll be there. He'll enter his spirit. The Holy Spirit will enter you. And you'll know that I've told you the truth this day. But it says also, like, you know, that those who don't see and still have the faith with Jesus, they are the real, they're even more so to experience heaven quicker than others. This life's very short, 100 years at the maximum, which is nothing in eternity. Nothing in eternity. It's not even a dot in eternity, because eternity is that long. It's even longer when you're in hell, burning in regret for following the Pied Piper, the peace destroyer, the darkness spreader called Muhammad. I believe the extremist Muslims are just the tip of the iceberg. That's what I believe. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. You should have had that many try and convert me through fear and terror to their sickness, their depraved ideology, their evil. God is all that is pure and good. He is life. God is pure essence, life. And he don't force anybody to follow him. Only Satan spreads that terror. So wake up, Mr. Muslim. Wake up, Mr. Extreme Liberal. Trying to protect the Muslims from the truth. Wake up. This life's short. Like I said, I'm not religious. I don't go to church. My church is in here, my heart and my mind. And I know what's right and I know what's wrong. And deep inside you do too. You're too scared to accept it, most of you. Hopefully. Sometimes the truth has to be tough. The love has to be tough sometimes. That doesn't mean physically harming somebody, by the way. That means strong speech, strong words. The truth. It has to be said. And, well, you don't have to be accepted. You can reject it if you want, all you want, in favour of fears and lies and lusts and greed and all that crap. You know, ego. You can reject it for all these things. But I've been there. And eventually, the pain gets that much. You'll cry out. You will. And let's hope you cry out to Jesus, like I did. And get cleansed, purified, instantly, born again. I hope that happens to you. God bless you all.